All right, y'all, welcome back to Success on the Spectrum. This is going to be episode number 20, and we've switched up. If you watched our last episode, we've switched up the format a little bit. So Chey is going to be leading this one, starting with her hot take.
What is up? Thanks so much, Lyndsay. Yes, so my hot take, I don't necessarily get offended by being called high functioning, but inside it doesn't feel like I am. I'm mental warfare a lot. So my hot take is that high functioning just means that we are suffering more quietly. Sometimes like when I get called high functioning, I it kind of gives me the ick a little bit because I'm like, okay, cool, thanks for noticing that I can smile while I'm actively like falling apart on the inside or feeling like crap about myself or, whatever. So, high functioning usually means that I'm masking well enough to make you comfortable. It's not, you know, that I'm actually doing well. And, I still forget to eat and I cry when I get too many emails and I have no idea where my keys are. But like, I'm glad that you are comfortable. So that's my
Glad
hot
that
take.
you're perceiving me well.
Yeah. Yeah. So I would say that that's
Yeah,
that's my hot take.
I
I
don't know
align
if
with
it's
I
that.
always
agree.
like it's because you're making others feel comfortable, but it's like you look like you have your shit together so well. And inside, you're just like, everything is kind of crumbling, but you're like, okay, well, at least I'm like, from an aesthetic point of view, it looks like I'm holding it together. I look well put together. I look washed and clean and cute and whatever.
Yeah.
But it is not.
Yeah. And also I think a lot of, I mean, obviously with ADHD, it comes with, low self-esteem. So even when we're not doing that great, it's really, for me, it's hard to be like, hey, I'm not doing great because I don't want anyone to know.
Mhm.
So,
And I
yeah.
feel like, too, when you are doing great, then like the devil's nipping at your heels with the imposter syndrome, and you can't quite enjoy or take pride as much as I'm not okay. It's not that you can't. It just takes a lot of inner work to be able to like sit in that pride and recognize yourself and give yourself the credit that you deserve. So even when you are crushing it and people tell you that you're crushing it because they can tell that you're crushing it, you still kind of feel like broken inside and you're like, if only you knew,
Yeah.
but how much of that is like, no, no, you really are crushing it. Like you're doing great.
That's actually a really
Mhm.
great point. Not gonna lie. Yeah.
The low supports one bothers me too. Like I'm considered a high functioning, low support needs autistic, and just because I don't need specific external type of supports, there's so much that has had to have been built inside of here so that I appear to be normally functioning for you. Like
Yeah.
to the outside world, not necessarily for you, but like outside of like, oh man, if I could give somebody a key to walk into here for a day, I mean, it'd probably be the top selling like house of horrors in the United Nations. Like
You
they
know what
would
it
people,
would could be is like those
you have to sign
Twitch
a
live
waiver.
streams of Minecraft when you're like watching other people like walk through buildings or build buildings or whatever. That's
Yeah.
that.
I think it's called twitching
Yeah.
Yes, the Twitch.
Hmm.
or
Yeah.
switch,
Just
whatever it
plug
is.
a live feed inside here and go take a walk around. You'll see
I would
there's a lot of
actually,
support needed.
I would love that. But even if in regular everyday society, you may not need support like someone who is on a different, more intense part of the spectrum. That might be hurtful in personal relationships because you're like, hey, yeah, so to society, I'm high functioning, low support, but in this relationship, because of my autism, I need extra support when it comes to things like that with closer people to you. You're like, yeah, this is where I don't want to highly function. I want
Yeah.
to just be whoever I am, and I'm going to need you to support me if we're going to be together or whatever. You know what I mean? So,
Mhm. Yeah. That's like the safe space that you don't want to have to like pretend that everything's fine and, you know, all, yeah, I understand that.
Yeah.
There's a
And the thing
whole
is too is
whole
when you
world.
are deemed, I know for you, Lindsay, and correct me if I'm wrong, but like because you are deemed so successful, high functioning, however people may categorize you, it comes also with like a constant dumping of extra things, you know, that I know you're working on, like not saying yes all the time. And that's
Yeah.
our responsibility is to not take on more than what we can handle, but also like, and I always assume ignorance before malevolence. I just feel like people are, evil does exist, but I feel like people are usually just too caught up and they're not thinking. And it's not like, ah, yes, let's take advantage. It's not like that usually, you know?
Sure.
Um, but it does lead to more like, oh yeah, no, you're good. You're good. You're good. Like here, take this. Here, do this. Here,
Be-
take that.
because I'm capable, I will.
Yeah. But because you're
Yeah.
capable doesn't always mean that you should. Because
Yeah.
you know, but
The
again, boundaries are always something that we
No,
are
I'm saying
working
that's
on.
their point of view is she's capable, she'll
Oh
do it.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
She will. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's that is exhausting. Yeah. And there's a and it's partially tism, partially trauma for me, but there's also a I receive love or care or support when I'm doing well,
Mm-hmm.
when I'm overachieving, when I mean, I literally as an adult, I received the name extra credit. We are, let's be real about what it is. And I I am learning to put some of that down. I'm also learning to identify the relationships that give back a little better,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
you know?
Well, I
So
think
I'm
another
right there with
thing
you.
with I think I kind of just blacked out for like 10 seconds. I'm having a hard time. I'm not medicated today, but if you mentioned this, I'm really sorry. But another part of the high functioning that's annoying is like, remember like that girl who was like, you don't have autism at that like conference or whatever. And you're like, pew, pew.
Like, no, it's not written on my forehead. I don't look a certain way.
Yeah. So
Yeah, that can be difficult.
yeah,
Yeah.
I
Because
would
then it's the people that are like, there's no way you're autistic or you don't look autistic. Those are the people where, in the situations where I don't feel like I can even admit that I need support,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
I
yeah.
don't think you have to be autistic to need support. I think
I agree.
neurotypical people ask for help all the time, and they seem to have an easier time of doing it. Like, hey, can you help me? Hey, can you whatever, you know? And it's like, why the double standard sometimes?
Because in us, we feel like there's something broken and that's why we need help. And in them, they don't feel like there's anything wrong with them. They just need help. That is the difference. We feel like there's something wrong with us or different or broken, and they don't feel that,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
would
like
be my
you're
guess.
doing something to yourself or to others by like doing more than what an average load would be
Yeah.
and overachieving and overburdening in a lot of ways.
But yeah, that's a great hot take because fucking
Hmm.
ditto.
Yeah, that was
Thanks.
a really good one. That was really good.
Um,
Ditto.
That got us
so
all.
Yep.
So now, after we've kind of like changed the forum a little bit, so now I'm going to share an ADHD life hack.
Oh
And
yeah.
so this is for decision paralysis. So this is like my decision paralysis kit. I used to like all my friends used to be like, "Oh my God, you're such a Libra. You can't make a decision." I'd be like, "Yeah, Libra."
That's why.
So, we can talk about like the black hole that is decision making when you have ADHD. So I call it the decision paralysis spiral. So the way that some hacks that I am able to get out of those spirals is number one, I have default meals. So like I have two or three go-to meals that require no thinking, just muscle memory. I like I always have a frozen pizza. I always have some Eggs. I will eat eggs, just eggs all the time. I love eggs. I will eat eggs all the time. And then I always have like a gluten-free tortilla. I can just throw some cheese in it, whatever, and that's really helpful when it comes to like, I don't want to cook, but I need to eat, or I don't want to think, but I need to eat, those type of things. Another thing that helps me with too is obviously like, so the ADHD medication that I take specifically is Adderall, and I can't, it suppresses my appetite really, really bad. Like I could not eat all day. And then by the time at the end of the night, I'm like starved. So if I can have
Ravenous.
something like a beef jerky stick near me or something, and I can make sure that I'm at least eating during the day. And then another one is the wheel of tasks. So when I can't decide what to start, I will use usually just like write down in like a notebook or whatever. Some people use their notes app. I have to, I'm a pen and paper girly. But anyway, so I will literally just boop. Okay. And that's the task that we're doing. And I cannot change it. I just have to do it.
Love
So
that.
then just picking one. And then the 2-minute rule. So if you can't decide, where to start, I just do literally any task for 2 minutes. So, and then once I'm moving, my body is usually like, okay, we're up, we're doing the thing. So yeah, those are just
Then you
some of
just
the
got to keep it in motion.
yeah, yeah. I know that some people are going to be like, oh my God, you're a disgusting zoo animal, but I put my shoes on inside the house and it really helps me. So I'll be, okay, this is the task I'm doing. I'm going to do it for 2 minutes. And then it usually like gets the ball rolling, put my shoes on, and I can usually get started doing the things.
I like the
I
wheel
love
of
it.
tasks.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
Me
there's
too.
an app. The reason I said wheel is there is an app um, that you can download and you can put things in it. I used to do that. And you click it and it'll just pick something for you.
Spin. Yeah.
I like.
I do one of those. I keep a charcuterie drawer.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah, because I forget to eat sometimes. I'll get hyper focused, especially like my heavy editing, like basically handcuffed to my computer days. Like I won't go downstairs, so I won't think about food because that's all in the kitchen. So
Out of sight, out of mind.
yep. Um, so I will sometimes be like, holy shit, it's 8 o'clock at night. I haven't eaten anything. Like, what is happening right now? And then I'll get so busy because I'll like co-task while I'm making dinner, where I'm like wrangling the kids and working on my computer and I'm cooking dinner, that by the time I get everybody like plated and sat down, I don't want to eat anymore. I just want to sit down and fucking rest for a second. And so I keep a
I'm trying to see
drawer
if I can do that
that's
too.
got meats and cheeses and jars of olives and like all the little things that like have a good amount of caloric and like protein value. Because if I'm not eating enough, I need to be eating things that can pack it in. Um, but yeah, so
The
I do a
amount of
shark.
times that I have gone and just gotten like sliced turkey and I just put a piece of cheese in it and roll it up. There you go.
Yep. We do those a lot. We call them cheese meats.
Cheese meats. Mhm.
Turkey roll up. Oh, I
Yep.
also this week I got a hankering. This is just kind of random, but I'm from the Midwest, and have you guys ever heard of like a pinwheel?
Oh,
Hmm.
yeah.
Dude, I think it's a summertime around 4th of July. I was just like, oh my freaking God, I need a pinwheel. So I made a bunch of pinwheels the other day. It's really good. And one of them I didn't slice up. I just ate it like a burrito. Anywho, so, but yeah, those are how I kind of get myself to get up and do things. Oh my gosh, one that I totally forgot to mention, and this is probably the one that I use the most. When I cannot get up and do something, I do the 1, 2, 3 method. I thought I came up with this on my own, and then it became trending a
The
couple
Mel Robbins
later. Yes, it was Mel Robbins, and I
or
was like,
3, 2, 1 or whatever. Yeah.
yeah, I was like, I've been
It's
doing that for years because when I need to get up and do something, I will quite literally lay there for 2 hours, like actually. And so I'll be like, I have to put my phone down and be like, 1, 2, 3. And I make John do it too. He'll be like, I don't wanna. And I'm like, count to 3.
That's hilarious.
So,
Hell yeah.
but yeah, so just kind of rolling into our last segment here, is the topic that I wanted to discuss today is um, the emotional intensity in neurodivergent people. So, and I want to preface this too. We are fully aware that neurotypical people feel things too. Absolutely. And I would never take away from that. I'm just talking about my neurodivergent experience and that there is actual science behind this. So, let's get into like what it's like to feel this intensely, like honestly, too much sometimes. But one of the major things that I've noticed is that I don't just feel emotions, but I like absorb them. So when someone in the room is feeling anxious, I am now anxious. Crying over videos on the internet when someone cuts me off in traffic, like it can send me into a little bit of a spiral, and I used to think like, oh my God, Chey, like you're just so dramatic and over emotional. And I was always told that I was like too sensitive and things like that. But here's the thing. I don't think that my feelings are too big. I think that the world just doesn't know what to do with big feelings. And especially when
Mm.
they come from people who are neurodivergent. So for people with ADHD or ADHD, emotional intensity isn't necessarily like optional, right? Like it's really hard to just be like, I'm not gonna do this today, you know? So it's wired in. And so our nervous systems feel things faster and louder, and um, it's not good or bad, it just is. And we experience rejection like we've been physically wounded,
Yeah.
and
Kicked
we
in the
feel,
stomach.
yeah, yes, and we feel joy like we just like won a game show. So like that's definitely one of the parts that obviously I love, is that when I feel a good thing, I get to really feel that good thing. But when we feel a bad thing, it's like, oh my gosh, this is intense. So,
And it manifests physically.
yes, absolutely. One of the things that I notice when I am this is like crazy, but like when I'm feeling something intensely bad, and it's not just for a moment, it's like something I'm going through like a few days or a couple weeks or whatever, I feel like I look older. My skin
Yeah.
dries out, and like my feel like my hair gets thinner, and I literally look older. It's so strange, bizarre.
I have an autoimmune system that is probably like not system, an autoimmune, I don't want to call it a disease, but I have full body psoriasis. And
Mm,
that is autoimmune based and apparently very connected to autism, which I'm just now learning about. But I literally will be, I don't know if you can see because I've got makeup on, but like my skin will literally break out if I am under stress for more than a couple days at a time, to a point where I will have to go and get steroid shots, and like it's not good. A lot of people with ADHD also end up with ulcers from stress. So there's a lot of actual physical like manifestations of the extent of the emotional energy, because that's really what it is. I think it's emotional energy that we not only create but can absorb and expel. And I think
mm.
we do that on a different level of intensity.
Yeah. And I think too, like with the hot take, with the high functioning and like the masking, so like we are all we're all, out of our 20s. We're like established adults. So, and we've been living with this our whole lives, whether we knew it or not. And so masking at this point feels natural, and just like we're just doing it and we don't realize it. But that's still taking energy, we realize it or not. And then when you add stress to it, and then also making sure that people like you and that you're accepted and that you don't fuck up, and it is like a fucking exhausting. Like to this day, I still care way too deeply about like how people are perceiving me. Very much so. And uh, in addition to that, I could have known you for the last 20 years, or I could have met you 5 minutes ago. But if you're feeling something intensely, I am now feeling that too, while masking, while making sure that everything is okay and making sure that you like me and making sure that I say the right thing because I know you're going through a hard thing. So yeah, it's exhausting for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, wait till you're a mom.
Yeah.
Because you don't get to escape that in your own home ever.
Yeah.
That is part of the thing that I realize that I am constantly navigating is like how my children perceive me, how my words, actions, etc. affect them, how my emotional energy levels affect them, and it is a constant.
But that's also like, I feel like that's something that's really important to consider all the time as a parent, as consuming and as exhausting as it is, because whether we grew up with like boomer parents or immigrant parents or like neglectful parents, we didn't get that, I feel like.
Yeah.
And so now, the newer generation of children is, and sometimes it is a little bit too coddling to an extent, but I feel like growing up, like the children that are growing up now, by and large, are growing up with more parents who take their emotional health and safety and regulation into account. Whereas, like, we grew up in the because I said so, like,
I'll
I
give you
don't care
something
what
to
you
cry
think,
about.
like all that whole era.
Well, you're a kid, so you're insignificant. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. So yeah, I know that you're feeling big things right now, but I'm the adult and you need to take this somewhere else.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or like it's not that big of a deal. Or, yeah, just like feeling, unheard,
I
Yeah.
will tell you that in the outcome that I see with Landon, I do believe that it is going to make a generation of much more emotionally intelligent young adults.
Yeah, I agree. And I think that that is fantastic. And this may be like, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But I do see kids standing up for other kids a lot more now, where
Mhm.
bullying was just like, that's just part of growing up. If you don't fit
Yeah.
in, you're getting bullied. And
Yeah.
and everybody's gonna hop on the train because God forbid I don't bully this person because the people bullying him are who I want to be friends with
I'll
and
be
I can't
next.
stick out here. And I think that that's getting better. But when it comes to like how your children perceive you, I have thought about this for at least a decade, at least. And I came across this I mean now that I am an aunt, my God, I every day I'm like she's like 10 weeks old yesterday. And I'm like, is she gonna like me? What if she doesn't like me? How can I make sure that she likes me? What if she only likes me until she's like 7 and she can really think for herself? She doesn't like me anymore. I literally think that shit. I'm like, Chey, chill out. You're likable. I promise. But I came across
we
this.
we tend to agree, Shay.
Well, and my children do not like me all the time, but they will end up being good humans.
Yeah, they may not like a rule or something, but they love you. But I saw this Instagram thread recently, and it was actually not probably that recent, but I think about it pretty often. And it was something, oh, it was a mom, the reel itself, I can't really remember. It was a mom doing something type B, like, hey, this is me being a type B mom. In the fucking comments made me want to crawl into a hole and die. I am as type B as type B comes. I have reeled it in. Who I am naturally is type B, but I have reeled it in. Like my house isn't a fucking pigsty and shit, but I get my shit done, whatever. But I am type B, period. And
Mhm.
all of the comments were like, I'm type A and my type B mom, like, it was so embarrassing. We were always late. My type B mom gave me PTSD. My type B, I don't even talk to my type B mom anymore. And I was like, oh my God, I gotta get out of this comment section. But it was like all these women, these type B women who had type A women who have type B moms who are, they're like, I'm in therapy now. And like, I was like, okay, okay, got it.
Yeah, but I'm a type B, and I would say my mother was probably a type A when she was sober. So it's hard for me to fully recollect what that was like. But um I don't know. I'm a type B mom, and I think as long as you give them the systems where they can either be type A or type B, depending on who they are, then you do fine.
Yeah.
I think
I
you just have to
I don't
consider who your
know.
children are. I think that's what a lot of like, yeah, these women that are old enough to go on and comment on this post were probably from an era where their parents were not considering who they were as people. So they were just expected to fall in line with exactly this is how you act, this is what you do, this is how our family is. There's no straying or being your own person or any of that. And yeah, that would cause PTSD on either side of that fence, whether you're
Yeah.
type A or type B. I think I think you are going to hyper analyze your experience and their experience of you as a mother, probably very similarly to the way that I do, and you're going to be just fine. I
Yeah.
promise. Like, because you do care about them being able to be their own people.
Yes, 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 yes.
Yeah.
And yeah, I took this test like with Erwin McManus a couple years ago. He our my previous CEO took paid multi six figures for us to be part of this program, and we had to take a personality test. And my number one personality trait was individualization. And he said only 1% of people test that as their top in the US for people who have taken the test, whatever. And he was like, it's the most important thing for people who are entrepreneurs. It like I don't treat any two people the same. I analyze them within seconds, and I was recruiting, teaching, reprimanding, guiding each of my 80 sales reps completely differently than the other, all of them. And I think about that a lot. I'm like, that will be a very useful characteristic in parenting. But
And
yeah,
if only we could get them to do that in early educational classrooms.
it would be
Yeah.
great. I would have loved
Wouldn't
that.
that be great?
Put more money in the schools.
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Pay the
But
teachers.
just early detection and minimal tools. Like it does not take much, y'all, for real. All right. I love that. Great.
That was so
It's a
good.
great segment. That was a great segment, Shay. Yeah. Heck yeah.
Please.
All right, y'all.
Hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah, brother. For all of you that are tuning in, we hope you like the new format. Please leave comments, your experiences, share us anywhere you feel like. We love you for it. Episode 20 over and out. Success on the spectrum. Shay, Lyndsay, Brittany. Like, share, subscribe. There's a peanut dog in the back.
Yes, little dog.
Princess
You
girl
want to say
just walked in.
hello? Come here.
Little dog.
Come here, littles.
Oh my gosh,
There
hi.
she is. Oh, sweet peanut girl, princess baby. All right, y'all. Over and out.
Say bye, mama.
It goes.